Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I want to show you today a design pattern that I'm using in many of my application. It's design pattern, it's architecture basically. Just for fun I call it design pattern, but in this approach you can use in many application. It's called the return back design pattern. So how we see this application, okay? Obviously it's look very simple. Okay, when I press a button, the button is going a little bit and it's showing which yellow is pressed. Okay, so for the user I said, oh, this is very simple, but the reason I want to show you this application because it's not simple. Okay, this is very important architecture that use a notifier to return back to the user control, to the form. It's very neat and you can use it in many applications. Consider this one as, for example, as people from database and you press and want to see their information, or you have a video file or image file, whatever, and it should be dynamically and very organized. So how does it build? I already built the code. I don't want you to wait for 30 minutes me to typing the code, and let's jump and I will show you the idea of the return back and this architecture. So what we have here, we have a form. Okay, the form has a label and a user control. The user control for this example is color picker, but you can use any idea that you want. I said from database, picture, video, whatever you need. Okay, this user control is empty. Okay, it's initialized with Q color buttons. That the color button itself is a color button. Okay, it's a color button and it's a class that derived from a button, so it's a button. The button itself has an interface called IQ color button. Okay, and when the color picker initialize the button from a list, okay, dynamically list from the form, from the main, and this is the list of the colors that I dynamically want to show, and consider this one to be a files from disk, database names, video file, whatever. Okay, so this is dynamically, and the color picker show them dynamically and initialize the button dynamically. So everything is dynamically, but this is not the idea. Dynamically, it's not the idea of this video. The idea is that when we press, I want to show you, let's put a breakpoint. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here. Okay, that when we press on a button, for example the red one, okay, we go to the color picker itself. Okay, we press a button. We go here because sorry, I want to go even further. Wait a minute. I want to show you the breakpoint here. This is the breakpoint of the color button itself, and this register it with this event. Okay, we can do it also in the designer or here, and we get an event. Okay, and here, okay, we go back. We go to notifier selected, notify color selected. We give some arguments of the index of the button, the color, okay, and the this. Okay, the control. We give the control to the color picker, because the color picker hosts us. Okay, he was the one that initialized us, and we want now to inform him that a color was selected. So using the pointer of the PI color button that we got from the setup function. The setup function, we can see it here in the color picker. Okay, when we initialize all the colors, and we initialize the button and give him the this one, the this pointer, which is I color button. Okay, this is the eye color button, and this is the this. So we give him the pointer, he saves the pointer for each button, and now he can return back. Okay, return back to the color picker. Now we are in the color picker because we return back, and this is the idea that I want to show you today. So we give him the control, we give him the button index, also we give him the color. Okay, and this is another going back. This is going back to the form. Okay, now we are in the color picker, but now we are returning back to the form. But let's return a little bit later. Okay, let's put a breakpoint and run it again later. But now let's see what we are doing here. Using this, when we return back to the color picker, now we want to say, okay, if it's not us, make the other controls not press. For example, what is not press, just make the size as a normal size. Okay, previously we just increased it by 3 when it's selected, but now everyone that is not the one we selected, we say not press. So this is, we achieve it. Okay, we achieve, you see the button is a little bit pressed, and this is the action that we do in the return back. We can do many action, any action we want, but this is one action. So let's put another breakpoint again, and let's write on the aqua. Okay, so now the color picker itself will go back to the form, because we want to notify the form which button and which color we selected. So let's press F11, and then we see we are in the form CS. Now we are going back to the form, and from the color button we go to the color picker, and from the color picker we go to the form. So we turn back 2 times now, and then we can easily select in very neat and very elegant design. We can show the color that we selected. Okay, so it could be anything you want. The color picker is only example of how do you return back. So to return back, the basic idea is to define, declare an interface, give the interface. Okay, for example, the form itself, okay, is deriving or defining the interface here, and sending the interface to the object. Okay, using the this, and of course he needs to, let's delete the function. We need to implement this function. Okay, and let's return back. This color change is another option to going back, because what I did is that when we press on the control, okay, then we can change the color. Okay, and then we want to notify now, not that we selected, but the color was changed, and here we can save the color, we can change this list. I didn't do it, but we can change the list. Okay, and then save it or whatever. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's put green. So the color is changing, but now when I close the application, open it again, it doesn't remember. In order to remember, in this point of the form, we need to update the list, save it to disk, reload it, do whatever. And okay, so this is the architecture. This is what I want to show you today. I will give you a full source. You will see the link of the source in my description. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you have a question, well, I don't know where to answer, only in YouTube. So thank you for listening, and see you later.